up, YouTube? Topaz Jakes back for another daily review, and this one is to that Desiigner Holy Ghost, and I'm giving this one low in yellow light, man. And the only reason why I give it that is because I believe it can work, because this is exactly the kind of music that the commercial industry is seeking out of these new generational rappers and such. And if it got the money and the promotion to go behind it, I can see this on the radio a whole bunch, in which Desiigner tends to get a bunch of promotion. But that's really about it, as this song is super simplistic and it's really not much going on within it. And you know, honestly, that's what you kind of got to come to expect from a guy like Desiigner, who skillfully just isn't up there like that. Because what Desiigner is ultimately doing in the verses here is he's reveling in the success that he has right now, as he's ultimately copping out because he doesn't have the ability to make solid punchlines or have solid rhyme schemes and all that. How he cops out is with name drops and such, as he's name dropping Drake, as he's name dropping Rihanna, as he name drops Kimbo Slice and focuses on his trap bars, much like most of these trap rappers do. Like, they're not like core lyricism or anything like that. It's more of just riding the beat and just saying something that's kind of catchy in a trap related fashion. But to break down the hook, first you gotta understand what he means by the Holy Ghost. What he's talking about is his car. Now, this could be a Phantom or this could be a Rolls Royce Ghost. I'm not entirely sure. But all he's basically saying is that he will do a drive-by in this car. He'll pull up while high on codeine in this car. He will use this car to sell his dopamine drugs and all of that, man. But a quick recap here, man. The positives that I'm taking from this is that it fits the mold of what the commercial industry is looking for. I would not be shocked to hear this on the radio or see it getting spun somewhere and such, man. But yet the negatives that I take from it is super simplistic and not that quality of a track here. But this concludes today's review, man. And now we're going to jump into a brief instrumental from underground producers Caleb and Joe Dub before we jump into some of your questions. This is about the side high 5 fingers of death freestyle, that this isn't a freestyle and all that, man. And this is the dumbest argument that people continue to try to have, man. First of all, this is you and your whole stuck in the 90s. 90s was better than today's music all the way around and all of that nonsense. When in actuality, a lot of those freestyles that you remember from back in them days, they weren't spit off the top of the dome either. Secondly, we have historical legends that have already came out and debunked your whole feeling of, in order for it to be classified as a freestyle, you have to say it off the top of your dome. And I believe it was Kumo D who broke it down, saying that freestyle is pretty much free of any particular style, while off the dome is spitting with no prior preparation. There's a difference between the two. And this is something that I've said for years with people who claim this, who always try to give credit to people who go off the top of their dome in a freestyle battle when they still get ate up because the opponent had writtens and such, man. Here's what I always would say. If the United States went to war today, don't you think this government would be prepared? They would have an actual plan in place in order to go out there and win that war. Like, why would you go to war and not be prepared? That's exactly what goes on with freestyles and freestyle battles. Like, people are going to knock you if you go and do a terrible freestyle and such. But yet, if it's a dope freestyle, who cares if you spit it directly off the top of your head or if you already had it priorly written? You drop something dope that people want to hear. That's all that matters in the end. So you got to get off of this. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there, and you can go to downloadpaz.com, that's down there, to read today's article.